Danny, first of all, let's just talk about Saturday. It was a disappointing result. The performance probably wasn't what you wanted as well, but have you had a chance to look at that yet and perhaps try and iron out what went wrong on that day?
Yeah, obviously we've looked over things, looked over the game, we looked over where we could have done better, what went wrong. And yeah, obviously there's areas we do need to improve on, we can get better at, which we will do. We will go over. We've spoken to the players already, but now we quickly have to turn our attention to Tuesday night's game.
It's the old adage, of course. It's always good to play again straight after a defeat, but when this happens in the situation that you're in and the world is in at the moment, does that mitigate that slightly? Does it make it harder when you do have a turnaround very quickly?
Like you said, I think when you've had a bad result, the best thing you can do is get back straight onto a game as quickly as possible. Luckily, we've got that on Tuesday. We can't shy away from what happened Saturday. We can't just push it to one side. We need to look at obviously what went wrong and where we can improve, or we'll never get better. So we'll do that. But on the same breath, we do need to now focus on Tuesday and look at going into that game to win the game of football.
Just something to clear up from Saturday as well. I know Leon Legg wasn't in the squad. There's been lots of things flying around about whether or not he's been deregistered and whether or not he's been free to leave. Can you just clear up what the situation is with him at the moment?
Yeah, obviously the first two games, when I was in charge, Leggy was suspended. Smudge and Buzz had come in and done extremely well. As it stands, Leggy is still in the 22-man squad. And that's basically where we're at this moment in time. I don't know if it's been blown out of proportion slightly, but that's currently the situation that we are as a club.
And with that in mind, then, if you do need to use him, I take it that you can do. That 22-man squad, do you have to kind of submit that at the end of the month when the transfer window shuts? Is that when, if you like, you might have to make a decision, not over just him, but anybody who might be left in or left out?
Yeah, that's when we need, obviously, the final number to go in at the end of this month, which we will do. Like I said, we are always on the lookout. We're looking for players all the time, but we've also said we feel we have a strong squad, a strong team when everyone is fit and available. And like I said, at this moment in time, Leggy's very much in that.
Are you a little bit disappointed that it has been blown out of proportion in as much that he has been left out of the squad in the same way that sometimes other senior professionals have been left out of the squad because of the numbers that are available to you?
Exactly. Like I said, he was left out obviously initially due to a 2-game suspension. And the lads who came in performed very well. And yeah, like I said, possibly it has been blown out of proportion, but that happens a lot within football. It's part and parcel of it. And we won't let it affect us. I'm sure Leggy won't let it affect him.
Just one other thing talked about. I know you talked about before about bringing players in. Dino Visser not on the bench at the weekend. I've heard he's injured. Where are you up to him? And does that mean you will now perhaps look for another goalkeeper in the window?
Yeah, we are. We're actively we're close to bringing somebody in. Unfortunately, Dino did get injured during the week, and we're close to bringing someone in to cover that area.
Is that perhaps a youngster, or have you got an older pro in mind? Can you shed a bit of light?
Yeah, we want to bring a younger lad in, a young player who we think's got a lot of ability and a good future in the game. It's not obviously over the line yet, so I'll wait till that's confirmed. But yeah, we believe we've got a very promising young goalkeeper.
And that, though, I imagine, though, is a frustration because it's it's something else that you've had to contend with in amongst a January where pretty much everything that could have happened has happened for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a position we were looking to do anything in, to be honest, unless we had a problem. And unfortunately, with Dino's injury, it's forced our hand in. It was something we had to do.
In terms of players coming in, I know you said you're still looking. That search, I take it, still ongoing. Is again centre-back, I know there's been talked about. Is that a position you're still looking at the moment?
Yeah, I think like we said, anyone we think will improve the football team, we'll consider it. If we think we're not going to bring a player in for the sake of bringing a player in, if we think they can improve the 11, improve the squad, we will definitely consider it.
And in terms of players leaving, I know you talked about interest. There's been lots of talk about Tom Conlon as well and his form attracting potential suitors who obviously rate him very highly. But from your point of view, I imagine you want him to carry on playing well, but doing that for Port Vale.
100%. I think when you're playing well, you're at the age Tom is, you're playing as well as he is, you will attract attention. But no, we obviously want him to stay here. We won't listen to any of that side of things at this moment in time. We're just pleased with the format Tom's in himself.
And him being captain as well, has that been, if you like, a bit of a reward for his consistency and his performances as well? Because he has put some real effort in, not just in the last few months, but the whole of this season. So is he fully deserving of that, you feel?
I believe he is. Yeah, I think his performances as of late have highlighted that. The captaincy's probably put him in the spotlight a little bit more. But I think he's grasped it with both hands, and he's, like I said at the very start, Tom trains well, he plays well, he prepares right, he lives right, he does everything that you'd want from a captain and a footballer to do. He sets the standards in training, he sets the standards in games. I think that's what you want from a captain, and he deserves the rewards he's getting. But he brings players along with him, and that's the kind of personality you want in that role.
Do you see a little bit of yourself in him when you were that age?
I wasn't that good. No, he's more. No, he's a talented player. Tom, I was more like I was more versatile, to be honest, just filling anywhere. But he's a centre fielder. He's got a hell of a left foot. He's great at free kicks, set pieces. So no. There's probably similarities in certain things, but no, he's a better footballer than me.
I was talking about being the model professional side of it, so I was paying you a compliment.
I'll take that side. No, I did as a player. I tried to do things right. I tried to prepare right, work hard. That was a big part of my game, and Tom does that. But he's also got the other side as well, which I think is a massive thing for him.
Let's talk a little bit about Scunthorpe. You've already played them a couple of times this season in League and Cup, so you know what they're about. Their strength is arguably in the wide positions where they've got two very good wingers. But overall, it's a game now that I won't say is a 6-pointer, but you need that little bit of a buffer zone, don't you, to get away from teams like Scunthorpe, who are down at the bottom and scrapping it out at the moment.
No, it's another big game for us. Again, we know exactly what Scunthorpe are. You touched on the wingers there. They've got two big threats up front as well. So we know the danger. We know where the dangers are, and it'll be another tough test for us. But it's one we believe we're ready for. We know we can get the win there.
What do you expect from a team that is at the bottom of the league? Do they, from an insight as an ex-player and now a manager, do they scrap more? Are they willing to take more risks when they come, particularly against you at home, where they're expected to win?
They're a very organised team. They're a hard-working team. Like I said, they're organised, they're physical, and they've got threats going forward. So we know what to expect. We know it's going to be a tough test. We know it's going to be a battle. But I think every game in League Two has very similar attributes like that, really. So we know what to expect, and we've got to match all that side of it, and then bring our quality to the game as well.
And I think, am I right in saying this is perhaps the last game you'll see from not actually being there? So, you know, this will be, once this is out of the way, you can get back to the training ground and get back to what you want to be doing best.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait. It's not been easy being away from the place, away from the ground, training the games as well. But we've dealt with it as best we can. But no, from a personal point of view, I can't wait to get back into the club, back to the games and training.
Danny, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Danny, can I just get an update on you on a couple of injuries, if that's okay? How's Devante Rodney? How's he doing?
He's improving, Devante. We're not 100% sure, but he's definitely getting better.
What exactly is the injury, Danny? I'm just wondering, is he like long-term or, you know,
no,
could
it's
he be
not
back?
a long-term one. No, it's not a long-term one. We're hoping something we can settle down within days rather than weeks, to be honest. So we're hopeful on him.
Brilliant. And Monty's the other one. Is Monty available again now? Has he finished his
Monty came back in today. That was his first day back, which he's pleased, obviously, to have Monty back in the building. It's a big lift for us, and he'll be pleased that he can obviously be back involved as well.
Great stuff. And James Gibbons came back a sort of late appearance off the bench. How important was it to have him back? And he did well even in that brief appearance, didn't he? How nice is it to have him back?
No, it's great to have Gibbo back. Again, he's a big part of this team, big part of the club. Again, he's another one who does it right. He trains well, he plays well. So no, it's a big lift for everyone to have Gibbo back. We just want him. We don't want to rush him back because he had a serious injury. So we'll be mindful of that. But no, it's really pleasing to have him back and then to get a few minutes on at the weekend for him.